Welcome back, Honest Man, Fallout 4, Survival. I'm here with Porter.
Now, this is my kind of place. Built tough, good for defense.
Indeed. And we're here to talk to Deb.
I fixed up most of what's here myself, so it's all guaranteed. Unless you need to return it.
You have any paying work?
Yeah, I have something. It ain't easy, though. Caravanners just love swapping tall tales. But I've heard one story enough times, there's gotta be some truth to it. Apparently, the Northern Road goes straight through an old military training yard that's just crawling with a horde of feral ghouls. And that's cutting into my bottom line. So you take care of that, and maybe I can throw a few caps your way.
I'm not doing the job for chump change.
I'm tired of mercs blowing this off. Are ferals really that scary? Fine. Call it 175 caps.
Sounds like you need me a lot more than I need you on this.
Clearing that road benefits everyone. I can probably get Kessler to chip in, let's say, 225 caps?
If this helps everyone, maybe you can take a collection. For the cause.
You're worse than the caravan jockeys. I can probably scrape together 300 caps. I'm done negotiating.
I'll take care of your feral problem.
Great. If you want to stock up first, you never know when one of my knickknacks will keep you alive.
There we go. Okay, so that sets us up for the future. I don't think we're going to hit the training center today, but sometime. So just wanted to have that in my back pocket. And I was hoping Gage would like the bartering there, the dickering over the price, but I didn't get anything for him, so perhaps not. Now, though, we have to turn in all the stuff we finished last time.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want, but I wouldn't put so much faith in technology I didn't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
For all we know, that's a recipe for Deathclaw surprise.
Well, it's the best we could do with such short notice. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxon gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight.
Yeah, that should be finished, actually. She should be on her way.
Heads up.
Yeah. Hey, boss, can I ask you something?
Didn't you just?
Oh my God, maybe I ought to just shoot you instead. Seriously, though, we've been running together for a while now. You ain't afraid to take what you want, and don't let anybody get in your way. Got more guts than most folks. I guess what I'm wondering is, why? What's behind all this for you?
I just like being able to do whatever the hell I want.
It's a good way to live, as long as it don't get you killed. You ask me, this whole damn world is here just to tear you down. Decks stacked against you from the very beginning. Most folks are too stupid to realize it. They just sort of stumble through, managing to scrape together some shitty little life for themselves. They struggle every day until something catches them off guard, and then that's it. Lights out.
They're idiots, Gage.
That's what I mean. They don't get how it is. They don't see it coming. But then some folks are too aware of it, you know? They see the world for how fucked up it is. And so they decide they're gonna have it all, right now. All the booze, all the chems, all the caps, and they don't care how they get it. In fact, if they can take it from others, they feel like they're getting the upper hand. Only, they ain't. Fucking raiders. They get so greedy, So focused on right now, they make some shitty mistakes. Wind up dead. Hell, maybe some of them are trying to get killed.
Shit, Gage. You need bandages for this bleeding heart of yours?
Nah, boss. I don't have sympathy for them. All these people. They either try too hard or not enough. Maybe not at all. You and me, though, we're different. We know how to walk the line between fighting for what we deserve and getting out of control. Don't know about you, but I had this shit figured out early. Grew up in your average crap-hole settlement with parents that meant well, but they were pushovers. Watched them get smacked around by raider gangs for years, handing over whatever they had to keep their lives. One day, I'm watching them cower in front of some punk with a gun, and it just hits me. I ain't gonna end up like this, I says to myself. So I bail. I'm what, 12 years old? Didn't matter. I'd seen enough of the world to know how shit works.
So you abandoned them, left them to suffer.
Hey, they could have pulled themselves up out if they wanted, just like I did. They chose different. I bounced around for a few years, taking whatever jobs I could to pay for food, one way or another. I was a runner for a caravan for a while. Did some scavenging, did odd jobs for settlements. No matter what, one thing never changed. When the raiders came through, everyone rolled over. Raiders took what they wanted, moved on, and that was that. Didn't take long before I finally figured out where I'd really been heading all along. Next time a gang came through, I joined. Worked my way up over the years, and now here we are. Running with you now, seems like it was all worth it.
I feel like you should be laying on a couch while I take notes and then charge you a couple thousand caps for the session.
If that's a joke, I don't get it. I'm just saying. It feels like you get it. Whatever you've been through, you can relate. Good to have someone like that around, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, enough being sentimental, I suppose. Let's go kill some shit.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Pridwin. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Excuse me.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Absolutely nothing.
He didn't tell me anything.
Makes sense. We've been trying to keep it under wraps until the time was right. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing them back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
It'll take a miracle to get this pile of junk operational.
You think he looks rough now? You should have seen him when I unsealed the salvage crates filled with his parts. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. And the first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
That doesn't sound hard to fix.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just run down to the local giant robot store and buy myself some how-to manuals. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Okay, we keep ducking back and forth here, but before we talk to Madison, we leveled up from completing these quests. And this one's super simple. This is Concentrated Fire 3.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
One of us is a liar, and it isn't me.
Oh, don't try and pin that nonsense on me. I said I'd come back to the Brotherhood, and I have. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Why won't you help us with Liberty Prime?
I originally left the Brotherhood because I was tired of being stepped on and used. First, there was the water purification project, designed to freely benefit the entire capital wasteland. Even though the Brotherhood allowed it to be activated, they wanted to control it. But that wasn't enough. They forced me to help design Liberty Prime. Turned my work into a weapon of war. I had enough, so I left. It's as simple as that.
If you don't work on Prime, I'll have you shot.
You son of a bitch. And for a moment there, you almost had me thinking that you actually cared about the Commonwealth. And about me. Fine. You want your robot fixed? I'll fix it. Just stay the hell out of my way.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is. Especially her. I don't want her anywhere near me while I work.
I don't know what you said to piss her off, but I'd steer clear of her if I were you.
Maybe I should teach her some manners.
That's not necessary. She isn't gonna be much good to us if she's lying in a hospital bed. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
You're acting like I know what those are.
Oh, I know you haven't the faintest idea what I'm talking about. I just like watching you squirm. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us. Here, Dr. Lee gave me a list of materials and the plans to build the actuators. Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return. Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck, Knight.
I don't think that's actually a problem. I think I already have one of those in Hangman's Alley. Okay, me and Porter are back on the move. Turns out I do not have a high-powered magnet, so we'll have to take care of that some other time. But that works out fine. What I really wanted to do this session anyway was stay on track with the Institute to get us one step closer to our next companion, who's standing right in the background there. I'm going to go talk to him, actually. And we have to clear out this flotilla. The last time I did this, my previous game, I approached from the north, and it was kind of a shit show. I'm hoping a southerly approach will work a little better, but daytime, I could have slept longer. I could have slept 5 more hours easily, which would have got us to nightfall. But I kind of wanted to see everything in the daylight, honestly. We'll see if this kills us tactically.
Ready to move in, ma'am.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, ma'am. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
What do we know about this synth, Gabriel?
Designation B592 is holed up in the shack on top of the upended cargo ship. He's probably got his best fighters with him, so we should plan on heavy resistance. So, are you ready to go in?
Let's just get this over with.
Right behind you, ma'am.
All right.
Finders keepers, am I right?
I'm expecting lots of mans and also turrets. Yeah, there's a turret there. Get some stuff marked here. I should have brought more rounds. I peeled off some ammunition for weight, and I'm already regretting it. I should have brought more. Oh, that was a chest shot. Come on. Oh, that's a turret there. There we go. Turret down. Can I get that last guy? Seems like he's inside, or at least blocked by that building. Okay. I think that's a pretty good. Gotta watch out for frags. Come on, guys. That's a really tough sight line. I don't want to risk shooting the door and getting nothing. I'm expecting scouts up here, but I don't see any movement. Except for him. I feel like I can move around, though. A little. So much for the scout. Finally got him. Oh, well. Who do we have here? Hopefully that mess is, keeps it on the ship there, so I can go pick up later. And yeah, here we just have a big pile of traders, settlers, Minuteman.
Thought I heard something.
So yeah, make no mistake, we're gonna kill all these guys. Oh, come on. I had a shot there. I'll take it. It wasn't pretty, but I'll take it. That might have been a waste, but... Yeah, we've got to get out. This is a really bad position to be in. Let's double back quick. We have zero cover on this approach. Full daylight. Let's go this way. Couldn't quite get a beat on him. There we go. Gotcha. I think I got him right in the butt. I see you. What are you doing, Porter? Get out of the water. Alright, Brotherhood have some action. We need to stay on task, though. There it is. Penetrating large napalmer? Ignores 30% of the target's damage and energy resist? Okay. I guess. That's not really what I'm looking for. Okay, and then we have our little lift here. Oh shoot. There we go. Almost took off without me. I'm getting some interference from that Brotherhood of Steel airship. I think they're pretty preoccupied with that. Nice diversion.
Disappear now. Huh? Fucking hide from me? Dead.
Where is the way up? It's over here? Yeah.
Give up now. Maybe. Aw, man, come back. I was having fun.
Yeah, keep talking smack. I think we might be clear here. But we want to make sure we get... See, this is the guy I clipped from really far away. Oh my god, he has a fat man and a mini nuke. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a good thing I took out the scout. But of note, right next to him here.
Excellent.
Bushes, boxes, and beehives. Camouflage special. Sneak book. We like it. Yeah, just wanted to be certain we're all clear here. And then going in, this leads us to our boss battle. Indirectly, there's an intermediate room before we get to the top. But regardless, me and Porter are going to secure the area a little more thoroughly and pick up anything of note. And then we're going to be right back here by this door. Okay, we're all set. And there's literally a bed right here. So no excuses not to save.
Hold up a moment, ma'am. There's something important I need to tell you.
All right, but make it quick.
I will. I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Jesus, what a mouthful.
Then talk fast, ma'am. Just make sure you get it right. That's all, ma'am. Ready when you are.
Okay, now here is where we get the special shotgun. The Fusil Terribles. Sounds right. Just say it like you got marbles in your mouth. The problem with it is that it's got a ton of recoil. And I used it extensively in my first playthrough. But I can't do it. I can't do it again. It kicks just so hard that I think just the standard shotgun is the way to go. Unless you're going full VATS. If you're going full VATS, then I can kind of get it. Then it starts to make a lot more sense. But we're not quite there yet. So certainly I'm going to pick it up, but not planning on using it in the short term. So our boss is up here. Let's just check our weapons quick. Now my strategy with these Institute missions, with these synth retrievals, even though I want to kill all the synths, is basically to play it straight. Just to kind of stay on the good side of the Institute and basically play the long game, right? I'm going to nuke the Institute anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and take these synths back to the Institute, right? We'll get to the right end eventually anyway.
Well done. Here, I'm gonna guess you two are agents of the Institute. Like me. So, made it to the top. Is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
How much plunder have you got?
Ah, so you are here for loot then.
What are you doing, boss? We can take these guys.
Keep your mouth shut! I know what I'm doing! We got a modest little stash. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you. Freely, if you walk away afterwards. What do you say? Do I have your word?
Hell no. I think I'll just take what I want.
That's the way you want it? Then let's finish this!
Nice work. I'll take the scent back. This is X688. Ready to relay. New claims.
Okay. Well, that didn't go quite the way I expected. Porter was supposed to love that, though. I feel like I'm not getting messages for his likes for some reason. Just for lockpicking. Alright, well, in any event, me and Porter are going to secure this area, pick up what is to be had, and then head back to the Institute.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
I don't care about who's to blame. I just wanted to stop a killer.
Yes, of course. Your pragmatism is admirable. It does matter, though. If everyone sees the Institute as a villain, dangerous forces could align against us. If we can put the lie to such assumptions, we diminish that threat. But enough about that. The task is done, and you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Excuse me.
Your quarters are just inside, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
Literally just talking to him.
Son?
Hello, brother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I'd teach the guy a lesson. Make sure he never does it again.
Using physical force is never my first choice, but there are times when it becomes necessary. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They're crazy, thinking machines are alive.
Agreed. However noble they may believe themselves to be, they are thieves. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
There better be something in this for me.
I assure you, this operation will have very significant results in your favor. There will be a courser waiting for you near Bunker Hill. Please find him before barging in.
Okay, I think that's where we're going to wrap it. Next steps, we're precipitously close to getting that courser companion now, which is good. The next couple quests towards that end are kind of a cakewalk if you approach them appropriately, which I intend to do. I'm also not sure. I have some open threads with the Railroad. I don't think the way I'm going to approach Bunker Hill shouldn't affect my standing with them at all. So I don't think I have anything to worry about. But I'm going to take a closer look at that. I mean, ultimately we have the Ballistic Weave, which is the upgrade where, you know, if you piss off the Railroad too soon, you just never get that. So we got the important one already. So I feel like I'm in good shape, even if we do, you know, burn that bridge, as it were. But just need to circle back on that a little bit. Porter Gage is coming along pretty quickly, which I expected. And I'm honestly not even really trying too hard. For some reason, his dialogue affinities in the Commonwealth aren't popping up. I don't know if that's because the wiki has bad information, or if he's just honestly not... He's not moving on those things. But either way, he's still leveling up based on the strength of all the lockpicking I'm doing, if nothing else. So I'm not sure how much longer he has. I feel like one more good episode and he's going to be done already. But we'll see how that goes. In any event, thank you all so much. Please like, subscribe. Mary Abernathy and Porter Gage are going to be back next time.